soon as I got out of my car.
It's not a public meeting yet.
It's a public building and you're a public official. As soon as I walked in, got out of my car in a public parking lot and entered a public building,
I think, Joe, she is allowed to record, so it's not a big deal.
Yeah, no, I know. We all know who's recording, so it doesn't matter.
that's right.
Is the warrant gonna be out here? Where's the warrant?
Oh, I have it, you want it? Yeah, I do have it.
We do have to sign that
Yes, we usually sign that out of session.
out of session.
Yep.
Yeah, but if we don't see it, we'll forget it.
So you can do a wet signature afterwards.
Yeah.
Teresa, we can, she can come in tomorrow
Or just
Yeah.
give the stamp of approval.
Yep.
Whatever, I'll sign it tonight.
Yep.
You know if Jessica was jumping on tonight? Casalo? Anything that we're doing?
I don't think so.
No.
I don't think,
That's okay.
I don't think she was needed. Just, Melissa and then, Mr. Gates.
He's zooming in too, or is he coming?
I don't know.
Well, Melissa's on, so.
Oh, there you go. Perfect. Hey, Melissa.
Hello, how are you?
Good, thank you.
All right.
Teresa. Hey, Teresa. I can see you. Can you unmute yourself just so we make sure we can hear you?
Come on.
You? Ready?
Gone tomorrow morning. Yeah, I'm ready.
Tonight?
Yeah.
Don't put it off till tomorrow
Oh,
morning.
no, yeah, no, but leaving tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. Are you going Winnipesaukee or Florida?
Bermuda,
Oh, very nice.
just gone, see you later.
Teresa, could you unmute yourself? I just want to make sure we can actually hear you when the time comes.
I've got a few trips, it'll be good. Teresa, can you unmute so we can make sure we can hear you, please?
I don't think she hears you.
Should be able to hear us.
So you're gonna get out before the storm?
Huh?
The storm coming up, Florida's not gonna.
No, 'cause it comes up, we were gonna go to Florida. We said, let's not. And then this storm piped up, so
Yeah.
it worked out good.
Mike's in Florida
Going the
now,
other way.
but he's supposed to fly out
Oh, yeah.
tomorrow morning at 10 a.m., so let's
Good luck
see.
with that.
Yeah.
We had
From where?
We
Florida.
I was there all day.
We
Yeah.
had,
Just
we
putting
had
the,
3 trays that we opened today, distemper vaccines. And there was something wrong with the bottles, so they said, don't use them. But we're not gonna get any because of the storm in Florida for a while. Yeah. No, it's not.
Talk to us if you need.
Yeah, he's at,
So that's
West,
another-
the War Conference.
Teresa, can you hear us?
Yeah, Lance is in Oregon.
I'll let the tickets open up for
Can you get another one?
person because I think it was,
It won't be
you know,
on the
like, why
other
would
one.
you?
Teresa, can you hear us?
Yeah, I think they do absentee though.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
She doesn't wanna hear you until she absolutely has to.
It's gonna be the worst part.
That's how everyone feels about you.
Yeah.
That's how we feel about you, if you don't mind me saying.
Oh, wow.
Well, yeah,
Wait,
you
certainly,
okay.
that's how you
I just
feel.
thought it'd be easy.
We can't deal with troublemakers, people who
Yeah,
just
they
get
change
pleasure
this
out of hurting others.
Can you confirm, cause we're gonna start.
Teresa, can you hear us?
Finally got the pool covered today. 3 days I've been trying to do it since I got back from
Florida,
Maine.
when she was in the car. I don't know, some shit on the ocean.
Alright, I'm gonna give her a call. See what that, I don't know if that's been interrupted.
Not even listening.
Well, that won't work so well, will it?
No, can we like write her a note or something?
Can write her a note? Yeah, she's already got her orders, what she wants to do.
Any technical difficulties?
She won't, she's not answering.
She can't unmute.
She's muted, yeah, to talk.
Hey, how are you?
I'm here.
Oh, okay, okay, I just wanna make sure, can you hear us?
Yes, I
Oh.
can hear you now.
Okay, we can hear you and see you, I think it's a good connection.
Everybody ready? Okay, thank you everybody for coming to selectmen's meeting.
Wait, hold on, you need to.
Oops, Hartley, you got us, yeah, yeah, sorry about that.
Recording in progress.
Hartley, Dave, are we good?
We good?
Yes, we're good.
All right.
Thank you.
Today, September 24th, 6 p.m., Board of Selectmen's meeting. May I get a roll call, please?
Tuesday, March present.
Joe Shank present. 1.2, Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I just want to make an announcement. If anybody wants to talk on a agenda topic, it must be recognized by the chair before speaking. 1.3, announce that the meeting is being recorded and uploaded on Channel 9 and uploaded to YouTube. Anybody else recording?
Yes, indeed.
Me too.
Okay. Chairman's additions and deletions. I just want to let everyone know that we do have a revised select board meeting agenda this evening. So as we go down it, we'll fill everything in. Teresa, do you have anything?
No, I don't have anything.
Okay, perfect. All right, 1.5, review and approve the meetings for 9/5/24, 9/10/24, 9/11/24, and 9/23/24. You have any
So moved.
questions? Second, any questions?
I have none.
Okay. All right, we have no appointments or hearings. We'll move no appointments of official personnel either. We're gonna get right to, meeting business. Votes may be taken. 4.1, discuss the laptop for the Townsend Senior Center Transportation / Administrator Lead Van Driver. I make a motion to approve the purchase of a laptop for the Townsend Senior Center Transportation Administrator Lead Van Driver using Senior Center funds.
Second.
So moved. Any discussion?
Yeah, so I understand it's coming out of the senior fund, so I guess if they feel it's worth it, it's worth it, but I need to understand why they need a laptop. What do they have that has to be done on a laptop that, can't be done on a phone? A smartphone?
Teresa, the senior center director, had requested it for, the transportation coordinator, to be able to work from home as needed. So, this person currently does not have a computer set up to be able to do that remotely. So, this is what that laptop would be for.
There again, I don't see why that can't be done with the smartphone, but their money, so I just wanted to ask the question. Okay.
Okay. Motion's been made. All in favor?
Yeah, Teresa Marsh, yes?
Joe Shank, yes. 4.2, discuss the planning board mandatory. Try that again. Discuss the planning board mandatory. Is somebody trying to speak? All right. 4.2, discuss the planning board mandatory referral for 1 Depot Street extension. So we have a referral come in from the planning board in regards to the Depot Street. I have no concerns. I would say that we leave it to the privy of the planning board to be decided.
I agree with that.
All right? Motion?
I don't think it requires a motion, doesn't it just require you to put a comment on the,
Take a vote. That's
take
fine.
a vote on the,
Fine, good, you don't wanna vote, that's good, I'm all right. 4.3, discuss the upcoming Board of Selectmen meeting. Okay, I make a motion to cancel the upcoming Selectmen's meetings of October 1st, October 15th, and November 12th, and to schedule a Select Board meeting for November 19th, when 2 new Select Board members will be seated at the November 16th special town election.
I'm not gonna second that, I think we need to hold those meetings, even though they can only be informational, I think the town needs to be made aware of what's going on.
You do not have a quorum, and you can't hold a meeting, Teresa.
That's not true, you can hold an informational meeting.
Well,
Could we, discuss at a later date when this informational meeting could be held, Adam?
I don't think we should have the meetings until there's another board seated, and I think that's general law, you cannot hold a meeting without a quorum. And just like everything, we're just gonna have to throw a monkey wrench into whatever we do, but go ahead, whatever we wanna do, what's your opinion, Adam?
So there could be a gathering, there's nothing that prevents a remaining select person from being available in town hall to meet with residents. Nothing that ever prevents an individual select person from meeting with residents, that those are the constituents, and selectmen, like any other elected or appointed official, can meet with his or her constituents. Those would not qualify as meetings because they don't meet the definition of a meeting under the open meeting law, because they don't not comprised of a quorum of the board. There can be no quorum of a 3-member board with only 1 seated member. So they wouldn't be meetings.
And that's why I made the motion to not hold upcoming select board meetings. So what would you like to do, Teresa?
Like I said, we got a lot going on, I like to keep those on the agenda as
We can't,
informational.
what of this don't you understand? We cannot legally hold it a select board meeting. If you wanna come into town hall and you wanna talk to your people, go right ahead, but you can't have a scheduled select meeting. Don't quite understand what that you don't understand. So council, what happens if she's gonna just not vote? We can't have them anyway, correct?
I don't even know necessarily that the motion is necessary, because when those dates roll around,
Yeah.
you're not gonna have a quorum of the select board, and there will be no ability to hold a quote-unquote meeting as that term is defined by the open meeting law.
So you got that, so.
I mean, it sort of is what it is.
She may want you to have a meeting, you can't have it, cause you violate the open meeting law. Alright, so,
To be clear, it wouldn't be a violation of the open meeting law, it just wouldn't be a meeting.
just wouldn't be a meeting,
So.
so you can't
so-
post it as a
so
selectmen's meeting.
Selectwoman Morris may show up, and the town administrator may be here, and I suppose I could even be asked to be here,
Yeah.
but we're gonna be sitting around at a gathering of individuals that is not a meeting under the open meeting law, because there will not be a quorum of a public body present.
Alright, so I guess that just falls, we're good. Alright.
Can I ask a question? Would you mind if I ask a
Understood.
question? If you don't have a quorum of the board, can you still post a meeting even though you're not gonna have a quorum for 6 weeks? How could you post a meeting of the selectmen if you don't have a quorum?
Okay.
You can't.
Okay, that was my question.
You can't.
So in other words, TCAM's not gonna be giving you a Zoom link to a meeting that really can't be held.
She could use TCAM.
So I wanna distinguish between
they're available.
the ability to have a meeting as all of us may think of a meeting. Just, you know, look up the definition of meeting in the
Okay,
dictionary. What's a meeting?
okay.
It's a gathering of individuals, right? So those meetings can always occur. Certain types of meetings are given the definition, the legal definition of meeting under the open meeting law, and trigger mandatory requirements like a 48-hour posting.
Okay.
As well as some informal standards that have been applied to municipalities like TCAM recording those meetings and posting and publishing and making those available.
Okay.
Any gathering of a single select person on a 3-member board would not be a meeting under the open meeting law. So it wouldn't require the open meeting law postings. No action could be taken by the 1 member of the board because that
Right.
1 member doesn't constitute a quorum. But that wouldn't prevent that 1 member from meeting with 1 or many constituents. Just no action could be taken by that 1 member because she individually wouldn't have the authority of the board because she doesn't represent the quorum of the board.
Okay, thank you for the clarification.
Sure.
Moving on.
And I just wanted to make it clear, so we have information coming out regarding, the selectmen's meeting, but I can use those dates to invite the public to get some more information regarding energy aggregation, correct?
No.
Yes, you can.
So you could meet with residents to discuss energy aggregation. That would not be a posted meeting, under the open meeting law
Right,
because it would not be a quorum of your board, right?
She can use TCAM, she can use Zoom.
Okay, thank you very much.
Depends if they're available.
Okay. All right, number 4. 4.4, discuss the energy aggregation bid results. Nelson, I'll leave that to you.
So we did, Teresa and I did, attend a bid opening this afternoon, and the bid results were very promising. In fact, it was below what we were all expecting as a group. So we did sign the contract.
Very good.
You know, with, you know, we met our numbers that we, you know, had discussed earlier in executive session. So now the energy company will be pushing out a informational campaign over the next several weeks. Include mailers, flyers, emails, informational sessions, you know, to explain what the energy aggregation program is all about. There's also a opt-out period for anyone that might not be interested in you know, the program that the town has signed up for. But all that information is gonna be forthcoming in the next few weeks. And we're hoping to start the new program in December.
Okay, and there'll be a period of time that people will be able to opt out if they want to.
Correct. Yep.
And that will be all posted on all our websites and everybody, and
Yep.
all the information to all the residents.
That is correct.
All right, thank you.
Right. Everybody except for people that privately pay, like people currently now have, don't necessarily get their energy from Unitel. So those people are not automatically opt-in, so there'll be a period where they can opt-in. There's also, anybody can opt out, prior to the start of the program or at any time. You can opt out. It's not once you're in, you're not contracted to be in for a certain amount of time.
Okay, thank you. Moving on. Discuss, 4.5, discuss the complete street grant application. I make a motion to grant Nelson Mew signature authority to sign the completed street grant application once it has been completed by the grant coordinator. At this time, they're working on the grant. It's not completely done yet, but where the board will not be meeting until November, this is something that has to be done pretty quick, so the motion is made.
Second?
All in favor?
Teresa? Marsh, yes.
Joe Shank, yes. Okay, so you'll be all set when that comes in, correct?
Yep, thank you, Joe.
All right, 4.6. Discuss the land use coordinator's compensation for extra duties for the vacant conservation agent position. So, I make a motion to provide the land use coordinator compensation equal 5 hours of the approved conservation agent hourly rate retroactive to the beginning of July 2024 per week until the vacant conservation agent has been filled.
So moved.
Second, any discussion? Yes. Hello, sir.
I would like to know, James Gates, Conservation Chair, myself and the commission would like to know what the town is doing to fill this position. It's been vacant since the end of June. It is in our budget. And there's been no discussion with me about it or any other commissioners. And it's
Okay, I'll try to explain the best I can what I know. I have asked for that position to be filled, but at this time, they want to hold off until we can kind of get the budget and everything under control. My recommendation was to post for the position, but I'm only one person, so. Until the new board is seated and they decide that they want to do something different, I can't do much to help you, but I do understand, and the conservation agent is a very important position in the town of Townsend that should be filled.
This is a position that has been vacant since the beginning of July, essentially. And it's disheartening and disappointing that it's not being taken more seriously with the
Well, you
administration.
have
I know that you only have 2 select board members right now, but prior to that, there was still 3, and there was still plenty of ample opportunity for a position that is budgeted and has been budgeted for years.
And I didn't set the agendas or anything that was on it, but I've had this conversation due diligently with several people. Once again, I feel that should be posted tomorrow and move on. It's an important position in the town of Townsend. Conservation is something that if we don't do it right, can get well out of hand in our community. So I feel for you.
Thank you for
With the
listening.
best answer I can give you. So, there's a motion on the floor and seconded. Teresa, you have anything you wanna put into it?
No.
All right, all in favor?
Teresa A. Moore, yes.
Joe Shank, yes. All right, 4.7. Discuss payroll and accounts payable warrant signature. I make a motion to grant signature authority to Kathy Spofford to countersign payroll and accounts payable warrants.
So moved.
Second, any discussion?
So I just wanna be clear, do we still need 2 signatures and I need to be 1 signature and she's the second, or does hers count for 2 signatures?
No, you have to sign and she has to sign, there has to be 2 signatures.
Okay, thank you very much.
So motion is made, all in favor?
Teresa A. Moore, yes.
Joe Shank, yes. Okay, moving right along. 4.8, vote on Town Administrator Nelson Mew designated signature for the updated agreement for engineering services by and between the town of Townsend, Massachusetts, and Weston Sampson Engineering, Inc. So, I make a motion to grant Town Administrator Nelson Yu to be the designated signator for updated agreement for engineer.
So moved.
You need to read the whole thing, right?
Teresa, I need to read the whole thing and then you need to move it. Okay? We'll try this again. I make a motion to grant Town Administrator Nelson Yu to be the designated signature for updated agreement for engineering services by and between the town of Townsend, Massachusetts, and Weston and Sampson Engineering, Inc. Teresa? Second? All in favor?
Teresa A. Marsh, yes.
Joe Shank, yes. All right, this is 4.9, discuss the selectmen's sick bank policy. Okay, so, I thought someone was gonna be here to discuss it. I don't know if they're on the Zoom meeting, does not look like it.
Oh, there's.
Oh. Well, just in time.
Just in time, here I am.
So, have a seat.
Okay.
So explain to us what you would like to discuss and what's going on.
Okay. So, past practice of sick time. There was recently a decision, that I think needs to be looked at again. I've been here for a very long time. I have a very long memory about what was and what is. So I just wanted to say, sick time donation. I'm here to ask that the decision that was made to deny this person sick time be looked at again. The Board of Selectmen has a sick time donation policy which allows collective bargaining unit members to donate time to an employee who's not in the collective bargaining unit. I recognize that there are several CBUs, many unions. Some of the contracts may say you can't, but I don't believe that all of them do. When it comes to donation, our past way of doing things was you could take up to 3 days of your time, give it directly to another employee who had no time, and the donating party received the value of your work. In this way, it doesn't cost the town anything. An example of that would be if I'm donating to somebody that makes more money than I do, they only get the value of my work. So you're not giving away extra money. Time's been donated between employees regardless of their job title, the number of hours, benefited, not benefited, union, not union. It shouldn't matter. The whole point is we're here to lift each other up. We're not here to beat each other down. We are here to support one another. Now, if the documents don't agree with one another, then somebody needs to sit down and take a look at it. I think it's really important that your workforce knows that everybody is a cog in the wheel and everybody is important enough to be taken care of. I don't think that the selectmen's policy is invalid here. I really don't. I'm sure there may be people in the room that would disagree. However, my understanding is that in a case where the contract is silent, it doesn't say you shall not, you may not, this is prohibited. It falls back to the selectmen's policy, and your policy speaks. I don't believe that your policy is defunct, and I think you need to look at this, and somebody needs to explain to me in the end, where does it say this can't be done?
Policy.
Okay.
I've written it for you, Joe, so that you can kind of look at it. The one piece of it I did not put in here is that, yes, the administrator does in the end need to sign off. But it has always been a simple procedure. You go to the treasurer, you say, I wanna donate this. Treasurer looks at it, if you have the hours to donate, you put it in, goes to the administrator. He says, okay, you have the hours. The person has no time. Away we go.
Okay.
Basically, that's it. I would like it reviewed and if possible, overturned.
All right, as far as this meeting tonight, I don't think that, you know, I've heard what you said, I have seen that selectmen's policy. Nelson, have you seen that?
I have.
From 2014,
Yep.
and I don't think at this meeting, cause if we get into that, I think it would have to go into more of an executive session, we're gonna start talking about personnel or anybody. But the sick bank is something that the town has done for years, cause I know that when I was on, there was people that were out that were donating, several people in the in the town gave to that to help.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not privy to all the information as what this is all about. It has come to my attention, and
I
that's,
don't wanna mention names
I
because
don't
of
want
people's
no names.
privacy.
But you did bring it to my attention. I said I would listen to you. So my suggestion is gonna be, is I would ask Nelson at a different point, talk with council, find out exactly what stands and what doesn't. I think the contract really needs to be looked at, your contract, because there are several contracts in the town of Townsend. I've negotiated many of them, and there is certain words that stand out, but that's one thing that we've been trying to work on, to get all these contracts all in line, so they're all the same, so we can't pick this one to pick that one. But I do understand where you're coming from. I would ask that Nelson take and review our contract, talk with council, and see the right way to move forward.
I would like to also just drive home. I think there's a distinction between direct donation between employees and the sick bank, and that is spelled out in a couple of different places. And as you said, you don't have a lot of time tonight to hash that out. What I'm really looking for is for you to make a pledge that you will re-look at this.
I have just, as the chair today, come tomorrow, they can just throw all that right away and move on, but I have asked Nelson to speak with council and get back to you, and hopefully it's gonna be the right answer to do the right thing.
Nelson?
I will, I promise to look it over with Adam, and, you know, there's nuances to, you know, salary,
Completely understand.
benefited, non-benefited, so there's distinctions, and I'm not a labor lawyer by any means, so.
I completely understand, but again, this is keeping me awake at night. I think it's really important that you value the people that work here equally. And I respectfully ask that somebody explain this to me and let's fix it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming. All right, 4.10, discuss the municipal ADA improvement grant. I make a motion to grant Nelson Muse signature authority to sign the municipal ADA improvement award letter when it comes in. So, once again, we're kind of doing this a little ahead of the time. It's not completed, it's not here, but it will be due while there is not a seated board. And I think the ADA grant is really important to finish it and move forward. So, I just made that motion.
So moved.
Second? All in favor?
Teresa A. Moss, yes.
Joe Shank, yes. Okay. So, 4.11. Discuss the election warrant signatures. I make a motion to sign the state, 4.11, right?
You can do that, sign out of session. Cause
Yeah.
Kathy's not here yet, so we're gonna sign out of session.
I think it says that, right?
Does that need her signatures?
No, but we talked about her either being here for that, or we
Well,
talked about.
No, that was a different.
That's for this,
That's a next item.
that's the next item, 4.12.
Okay.
Okay, so, try again, I make a motion to sign the state election warrant being held on November 5th and the special town election warrant being held on November 6th. 16th. Do I have a motion made?
Second?
Any discussion? All right, all in favor?
Teresa A. Moss, yes.
Joe Shank, yes. So we'll sign these all after, Nelson. Once we're done, make sure that everything's signed.
Sounds good.
Okay. 4.12, we're gonna hold off. Kathy said she's had something doing, she was gonna be back here by 7, thought we'd be staying well late into the night, but I don't think that's gonna happen, but we're gonna move that out if we can.
We can still discuss it with Melissa here, and, Kathy would just sign out of session.
Okay, we
Yep.
can do that?
Yep.
All right, perfect, so she'll come in and sign it?
Yep.
All right, so 4.12, vote to approve the insurance and details of a loan from the Massachusetts Clean Water Trust. Loan number DWPEC-2424 and sign related interim loan note closing documents. So now, I make a motion to approve the insurance and detail of loan from the Massachusetts Clean Water Trust, loan number DWPEC-24-24, and sign related interim loan note closing documents out of session with Kathy Spofford as a witness.
And that's issuance, right?
Issuance.
Issuance.
So moved.
Second? Any discussion?
Does anybody have any, hi, it's Melissa Dunnett, does anybody have any questions? It's, just additional paperwork that needs to be, signed. It's regarding the loan for the water treatment plant. The full amount of that was around 20 million. We borrowed the money from the state at 0 interest. Last year, all the paperwork was signed then, but you can only borrow 15 million per fiscal year. So this is just a couple of additional pieces of paperwork for the fiscal year 25, the remaining 6.1 million. This is not the entirety of the paperwork, that was already done. This was a last minute, and I thank everyone for doing this. Last minute paperwork sent to us requested by the state from our bond counsel, and it's 6 pieces of paper, 3 signature, with three documents, that need to be signed in front of Kathy. A quorum, from the Board of Selectmen is needed, and that's why we put it on the agenda tonight. The consequences of not doing it tonight are, that the vendors that have already done services for the water treatment plant since July 1st, will get paid later than normal. It'll hold them off. So respectfully requesting that, this additional paperwork be signed, as soon as possible, before
Okay.
Joe goes.
Alright, so, Melissa, thank you.
Yeah.
So, I think we had a discussion a little bit earlier. I don't think Adam has reviewed any of these changes, is that correct?
I've not.
That is correct. Oh,
So I've not reviewed them, but my understanding, and Melissa can correct me if I'm wrong, my understanding is that the paperwork we're speaking of was provided to you by your bond counsel.
Right.
So I haven't reviewed it personally, but your
Alright.
bond counsel presumably has reviewed it, because it's my understanding that they're the ones that sent it to you.
Alright, you feel confident that we just signed this because they're working on our behalf anyway?
I think that they are, correct.
Alright, so the motion has been made and seconded. All in favor?
Teresa English, yes?
Joe Shank, yes. Okay, 4 point.
may I say one thing? I
Do
just
you
wanna
really?
say thank you. Hi, I just wanna say thank you, Joe, for everything, and good luck with your future endeavors. And I know this is your last night, and I just wanted to say thank you and good luck, and I enjoyed working with you.
Thank you very much, that meant a lot. Thank you.
Okay, Joe, thank you.
Alright,
Thank you.
Thank you, Melissa.
thank you, thank you. Alright, 4.13, discuss the ZBA mandatory referral for 324 Main Street. We have normally left, so we leave it to the privy of the planning board to discuss. But, so this is a little different, cause this says zoning board of appeals and that says planning board.
It's zoning board of appeals.
Zoning board, so zoning board of appeals, so I just think, I have no comment, I think the board has generally taken the stance to leave it to the board or the committee that's involved.
I agree.
Alright, so no vote needed on that, we'll just move on. 4.14. Discuss the letter of support for the Tesa grant application. I know you're over there now. I make a motion to have Nelson Mew, Town Administrator, sign a letter of support for the Tesa grant application out of session, once Town Council has reviewed the current Tesa lease agreement.
So moved.
Hang on.
So I have some additional information that might be helpful.
Okay.
So I've had an opportunity, we only got this a couple of hours ago.
Right.
I've had an opportunity to review the Tesa lease agreement, which we had reviewed about a year ago when it was
Right.
signed. So it does include a provision that says that the tenant, so that's the organization, may apply for permits to improve and develop the premises at its sole cost and expense in the area of the premises specified by the Board of Selectmen in conjunction with NHESP, which is the National Heritage and Endangered Species Program, in accordance with any development plan approved by the Board of Selectmen. Then it goes on to talk about that process. So there is a process that exists within the present lease that would allow them to further develop the premises to add, for example, an additional field. But they would need to work in conjunction with the Board of Selectmen and the NHESP to provide a plan and get approval of that plan before they engage in the improvements.
Okay,
I can speak on that if.
okay, go ahead, Mr. Gates.
So we're in the process of starting that permitting process with the town and the state. The grant window for this grant opportunity closes October 1st.
Right.
So we're trying to get letters to complete the application. But we have retained Dillis and Roy for engineering services to do the permitting process on our behalf.
So,
are in the process of getting everything together to
I think we could
fulfill
maybe
our lease.
revise this to make a motion, Nelson, town administrator, sign a letter of support for the Tesa grant application out of session once they've completed their grant paperwork and submitted the paperwork.
Subject to future approval of a development plan by the Board of Selectmen. You wanna reserve your authority, if you're issuing a letter of support, that's fine.
Yeah.
But you wanna reserve your authority under the lease agreement to later approve the development plan. You don't want your letter of support to be read as carte blanche for whatever to be done on the property. So that's the only thing I would add to the motion, subject to approval of the development plan by the Board of Selectmen in the future.
And we'll add to it, subject to the approval of the plan by the Board of Selectmen in the future.
So moved.
Okay, all in favor?
Teresa Marsh, yes?
Joe Shank, yes. Good, move on, thank you. All right, moving on, 5-0, ARPA projects, we're not gonna have any of them tonight. Go to 5.1, the town administrator update and reports, I don't think you have a lot, but
No, I don't have anything.
don't have nothing. Wow, Kathy's gonna be surprised. She's gonna come here, there's gonna be nobody here. Okay. We're gonna go to announcements and communications.
I don't have anything.
Okay, good. All right. Chairman Joe Shank's resignation letter. Okay, I submitted my a letter of resignation almost a week ago to the town. And I've also wanted to read into the record a formal resignation letter so everybody in the community is gonna understand just where our community stands. I would like to read into the record that I'm resigning my duties as selectman to the town of Townsend at the end of this meeting. I want everyone to know that I put 150% into this community to do what I felt was right. It would make Townsend a better community. However, there has been so many disrespectful and ungrateful people in this community who, despite remaining uneducated on the laws and financial realities our community has had to face, have had no problem attacking me or others on social media, in person, and through other channels. I feel I can no longer do the right thing for the community under these circumstances. When I began my first term as selectman, I believe there were anywhere from 5 to 7 lawsuits against the town of Townsend. As it stands right now, there are 0 lawsuits and the taxpayers have paid not 1 penny of any of this. Some of us on the board have worked very hard to protect the town, and being a selectman requires numerous hours, some weeks well over 20 hours per week of volunteer time, reading information, collaborating with the TA, attending meetings, and responding to townspeople. This is time that took away from my business, my personal life, and my family. Obviously, there always will be a difference of opinion, and I do not expect everyone to agree with every decision I have made. But the constant criticism, complaining, and false accusations made of the community by members of the community, many of whom don't bother to watch or attend a meeting or offer any productive solutions, has made serving this position not worth it for me or my family. I have always tried to do what I felt was best for the town, for Townsend and the community as whole. Now it is time for others to step up if they think they can do a better job. All I can say is God bless the community and good luck to everyone. When you go to the ballot boxes, I guess you can vote for convicted felons. Maybe that's the type of person this community wants and that they think will do a better job. However, I believe our community will go down in flames with those kind of people in office. But if that's what the community wants, then that's what the community will get. People wonder why no one runs for political office in this town. They wonder why no one pulls papers, or why there are so many blank spots on the ballots that get filled, if we're lucky, by write-in candidates. Well, as an elected official, I can tell you that it's because of the constant criticism by those who do nothing on behalf of the town, but show up on social media, attack despite not taking the time to get at least bit educated on topics. So to those people, say put up or shut up, run for office, volunteer for a committee to help this community improve. Dedicate the time like I and so many others on behalf of Townsend. If you can do a better job, the job is yours for the taking. To those who have taken the position on boards, I thank you for continuing to try to help our community, and I wish you all good luck moving forward. So, I hope everyone out there notices. Thank you. Okay, 5.4, next meeting will be Tuesday, November 19th, after the special election. 5.5, review and sign payroll bills and warrants out of session. Do I have a motion?
I make a motion that we review and sign payroll warrants out of session.
Second. All in favor?
Teresa A. Marsh, yes?
Joe Shank, yes. Now let me ask you a question. Do we need Kathy to be here to sign this before we adjourn this meeting?
No, we can do it after.
After session.
After.
All right, do I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
I make a motion to adjourn the meeting at 6:47 p.m.
Second. Meeting adjourned. Thank you.
Good job, Joe. Thank you, Joe Shank.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you for the people that understand. And for you, you're pathetic.
Agreed, no one disagrees with you there.
Thank you.
Good.
Thank you.
I personally,
It's a lie.
please, please film me. I'm personally very
realize-
insulted.
Can't hear you, what?
I said I am personally very insulted by the behavior and the personal attacks to my husband. I am his worst critic.
Yeah, it's okay.
And he has
Sorry.
put his heart and soul into doing a good job for this town. I don't know what you do with your personal life, but it is a waste of time. I feel sad for you.
We all
Thank
do.
you. Thank you
She's
so
very
very
pathetic.
much.
Sure.
I really appreciate
Just remember
the
when
help.
you were on the board, all those lawsuits, all the things you
the
did,
town won
and
all of them.
your arrest.
The only one that the town
No,
lost
the town
was-
settled them.
No, they didn't.
Okay.
Hi. How are you?
All right, you gonna sign all this now?
Where's Father German?
I know, right.
Thanks everyone for your support, that meant a lot.
Well, what you did meant a lot. Good, how are you? Oh, my God.
Everyone was on board with it, and then.
I love now just relax, decompress.
He knows. Yes, he knows. Yeah, it's a lot of that, we'll pick it out. Oh, now I have three drivers insurance, and the bill, I'm like, oh. Yeah.
Tied in bond.
Thank you. It took forever. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Billy,
It's nice to see people that respect people.
Nice to see you. Nice to see you, Kelly. Nice to see you, Eileen. Hey,
All right.
have a wonderful trip to Bermuda. Well deserved. Thank you for everything.
But I
Thank
can
you
put this whole
for giving up
packet
the
back
time.
together. So now.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.
So the mandatory referral, we just need to sign it, or?
Oh, yes, she is.
I'm here.
Yeah, we'll go.
Hey, hey.
That's right.
I know, I was gonna come in there, look
you
at
that,
that though, I'm
I came with a heavy
You're early.
fan.
Yeah, 9 minutes early.
You're fine. We're still signing other things.
So,
Oh, I know
where do
it
you
is.
sign on this one though? It just says, oh, right here, you sign the bottom, right?
I know.
But thank you, you've been awesome to work
I
with.
need a stamp, Joe.
Yeah.
Oh, this
I
is
wanted
it,
to
right?
sign.
Well, that's
Oh,
a very,
you-
very official stamp,
Sad.
I'm not messing around here, huh?
Don't be sad.
I am.
Be
Well, it's
thankful.
raised.
Be
No,
happy.
because you know,
Yeah,
we really enjoy
I know, I
it.
have one too, but mine's
And
all
you really
handheld.
post hard into
So
it.
that's there.
You know, just
But now you
people
got 'em
make
back
it.
and you can-
Yeah, I know.
The election one.
This is what we gotta do, right? So that's the issuance. So I think here, Kathy, we have to.
Yeah.
You coming with us too?
What do we need?
So I need a signature, then what's
I know.
this
That's
on?
the other one, right?
Are they, where they put together?
Yeah, it's just one thing, it's both,
Both, I did
both of the election
together.
ones.
Okay, that's, yes,
Just
sign on
sign.
both of those, yep. And then I'll have Teresa, when she comes in tomorrow, she can sign.
Just so if anything goes south, but you know what, I wanted her.
And then we can post it.
I wanted her to.
We have plenty of time to post it.
Well, I'm glad you got this done, so.
Me too.
Thank you.
But I didn't wanna leave the town. Adam and Nelson did that, that's why I'm
You know,
here.
in some respects,
So,
I don't speak.
That goes there, and that packet still. What are these big things?
So this whole thing is the
The loan.
stuff. So why don't you sign that
Yeah, 'cause
referral?
that's a little more complicated.
And
And Teresa's coming in separately to sign the
Yeah.
election.
Yeah.
Thank you. Why you like them
I
all?
think that's it. So one packet related to the loan is just for the clerk of the board of selectmen, which is Teresa. There's only one person that's,
Okay.
so she can do that.
Okay,
But
Thank you.
this one has to be,
both of them, right?
All right, thank
that?
you.
Both of them.
so this one here is the one that you need to sign, and then Kathy would need to, like, well, you.
Well, I'll
you-
wait
you
and do that
yeah,
after Teresa
correct, but I
signs,
just want you to
but go-
watch him
yeah.
sign it. Let me just see if there's two copies.
I know she had two on most of those.
Yeah, I think this one only needed one,
Okay.
which is fine.
And then there's two
This
on
one
that.
needed two, so. Yep, and Kathy would also need to witness it.
Bless you.
Bless you. Bless you. I believe that's,
Is that it?
I believe that's it.
That's your packet?
Okay.
Adam, it has absolutely been a pleasure, and I really appreciate everything you do for the town of Townsend.
Sure, thank you.
Kathy, thank you very much.
Good luck, Joe.
Yeah.
Enjoy your time down in
Nelson,
Florida.
thank you. Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
Don't know how you're gonna handle people like that, but good luck.
Oh, I knew, okay, I knew you were going someplace, but I didn't know where. Okay.
Yes,
Well, enjoy.
yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Everything signed,
Yeah,
signed,
we'll
so
sign.
as we know as of
Yeah.
today.
Yeah, I believe so, yeah.
You got till midnight.
Oh, there you go.
You got till midnight.
What time does the
Something
plane
comes
leave?
up.
No, I think we're good.
Do you wanna say more?
Everything else you had given me,
No, I'm
you know,
just-
signatory
I don't know, I'm just
signatory
sad.
authority for, so.
Elaine, don't say anymore, cause she's just gonna twist that
do you want me
around.
to pick up
It's
my stuff
pathetic
from
what she
you
does.
tomorrow?
I know, I
If
just.
she thinks she's
Uh,
doing the
Tell me
town a
the
good
warrant.
thing,
Yeah, I need
You
to
are
talk to
crazy.
Teresa to see when she would
Thank